This is ITV News Central. Good afternoon. Birmingham's new £189 million library has opened. The Library of Birmingham took 7 years to build and is now the largest in Europe. Malala Yousafzai, the teenager shot in the head by the Taliban in Pakistan for promoting women's rights, officially opened the building at a ceremony this lunchtime. Our correspondent Gareth Owen is there now. And Gareth, the eyes of the world have been on the city today, haven't they?
Yes, they have, Bob. And you know, this library's been open for around 2 hours and there is a real sense of excitement. Hundreds of people are here, some, yes, to borrow library books, but many are here just to take it all in, really. The incredible architecture. We're down in the heart of the building now. This is the imposing book rotunda. And many of them came, of course, to hear from the person who has become the symbol for education and for learning across the world. Malala Yousafzai, who opened the library with a very personal speech.
I have challenged myself that I will read thousands of books and I will empower myself with knowledge. Pens and books are the weapons that defeat terrorism.
Malala Yousafzai opening the library. Now, the people you talk to in here are pretty impressed, it has to be said, by what they've found through the doors. But the library has divided opinions. Some are not sure on the design, and others have questioned the very need to spend quite so much money on a library in the first place.
Do they really need to spend that much on a library? I think it could have gone better elsewhere. What was wrong with the other library to think of it?
I do think this is like one of a kind. It's going to be people going to come to.
It's not a waste of money, but I just hope that they can keep it up and maintain it.
Well, it's an extremely busy day for the director of the library here, Brian Gambles, who's taken a few moments to join me now. You've dedicated 5 years of your life to this. Yeah. You can see people taking books out now and browsing. That must be an incredible feeling.
This is just a thrill. We've waited so long for this day, and the people of Birmingham are pouring in and they seem to be loving it, and it's just a great thrill to watch it happening.
Now, we heard there a lot of people saying, well, actually, you know, we're in the middle of a downturn. £188 million to be spent on a library. That's a lot of money. It could have been spent elsewhere.
Yeah, somebody just recently spent £85 million on a football player, and I actually think that just over twice that amount to invest in learning and culture that can inspire a generation for a city of over 1 million people, I think that's money well spent.
Okay, well, Brian Gambles, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much indeed for joining us, and we will be back here at the Library of Birmingham tonight at 6 o'clock. We'll have a special guided tour from the architect.
Gareth, thank you for that report. Leading doctors say the care of vulnerable elderly patients should be a priority to make sure the scandal at Stafford Hospital doesn't happen again. The Royal College of Physicians gave their recommendations in response to the public inquiry, which was launched after it was found poor care could have led to the deaths of hundreds of patients. The organisation says hospitals must strive to achieve a gold standard of care for the elderly.
It's clear that the patients most in danger, most vulnerable, are the elderly patients, the patients with dementia, the patients with many things wrong with them. It's in these patients that the examples of poor care were seen. So we're going to focus our efforts on those particular patients.
A former sailor who survived a German submarine attack during the Second World War has been remembering his fallen Merchant Navy comrade at a ceremony in Derby. Walter Randall marked Merchant Navy Day in the marketplace, along with other ex-servicemen.
I'm glad there's enough people remember those people that died, especially those young lads. Before their 17th birthday, they went to a watery grave. No chance of being survived. Nobody knows where they are. And I feel sorry for the relatives that they left behind. They've nowhere to grieve and no grave to go to.
A new British Asian comedy filmed in Leicester is getting its premiere in the city tonight. Jadoo stars Harish Patel from Run Fat Boy Run and Kulvinder Gill from Bend It Like Beckham. It was filmed mainly around Belgrave Road, the city's Golden Mile. Now in sport, Birmingham tennis player Dan Evans says he's confident he can keep performing at the top level after his success at the US Open. The 23-year-old, who's ranked at 179 in the world, made it to the third round at Flushing Meadows earlier this week, earning himself £60,000 in prize money.
There's been a lot of changes for everything now. Like my ranking will be a lot different, be able to play different tournaments, but you know, I've got to keep doing what I've been doing to get me into that position. And yeah, hopefully I'll be inside top 100 before the end of the year.
That's the spirit. Right, let's have a look at the weather forecast now. Here's Lucy Kite.
Hello, I hope you're having a good day so far. We've got all sorts of weather for you as we head through the rest of this week. Hot and sunny conditions, and then it's going to turn cooler with some rain as well. This is the satellite picture from earlier. You can see all of that cloud that was sat over our region, but gradually this is breaking up and we are seeing some sunny spells bursting through. So a lovely afternoon to come. Not wall-to-wall sunshine, some fair weather cloud knocking around, but really good temperatures. 22 or 23 degrees Celsius our high with light winds as well. Staying fairly uneventful overnight tonight, but with the clear skies and the light winds, we might just see 1 or 2 mist patches forming, and it will be a little bit cooler than it was last night. But tomorrow is looking dry, it's looking sunny, and it's looking very hot as well. Potentially highs of 24 or 25 degrees Celsius. Have a lovely day.
Well, that brings us up to date with the news this Tuesday lunchtime. I'll be back with Samina for ITV News Central at 6. See you then. Have a good afternoon.